Hello, welcome back to my musical series where I talk about my favorite releases over 2-month periods. This time we are talking about September and October. I have 2 releases from September that I'm going to talk about and 8 from October. So it was a pretty stacked couple months. It is November 4th today. Alright, kicking things off, released on September 5th, Fleshwater, 2000, In Search of the Endless Sky. This is their second full length from Boston, Mass. So nice local band. So this band is mostly comprised of members from Vane, or Vane FM. I think Vane stopped doing music in like 2019 or 2020, and then they moved to this Fleshwater thing. 3 of the band members now are from Vane, and then I think they have a new drummer, and of course Marissa on vocals, who I have a huge crush on. This band was playing in Boston last weekend, I think Friday and Saturday. Did not go, but was thinking about it. This fucking album is really good. It's really fun. It's alternative, shoegaze, I guess, with some hardcore influences, obviously, with the Vane stuff. I think their first album was better. We're Not Here to Be Loved was the name of it. And of course that album did pretty good, like sales-wise numbers, and that got them on the map. But I think this album is being pretty well received too, and yeah, I really enjoy it. It was a grower. Like at first, I only liked a couple songs on it, but I think almost all this album I really enjoy now. So my second choice was released on September 26th, Abraded, with Ethereal Emanations from Chthonic Caries. They use a ton of words that I've either never heard before. I have no idea what they mean. Like literally almost every song title, I have no idea what it means. But this is I haven't talked about these guys before. This is their 3rd full length. They're from Cleveland, formed in 2018, and I think they kind of sound like what I imagine Cleveland feels like to live in every day. It's dingy. It's gross. I mean, I don't think it's that bad in Cleveland, but their sound is just putrid. It's fucking vile. It's a mix of death metal and grind, and yeah, I mean, I listened to their other 2 full lengths, similar stuff, even a grosser sound. Like this last one is more polished in a way, but yeah, sick stuff. My third choice, released on October 2nd, Prurient, Noise for Halloween Night. I think this is my first time on this channel talking about a noise album or a noise release, which is kind of weird because I really like the shit. And with all the metal talk and extreme music, I'm surprised I haven't talked about straight up noise before, but this is actually pretty accessible noise. Dominic Furnow, or Furno, however you pronounce it, is one of the best noise guys in the business. And this is more, I mean, it's called Noise for Halloween Night, and it sounds like a soundtrack for a horror movie. Like a slasher or something, and it's way more like like I said, accessible than a lot of the stuff he's done. He has stuff that's way more haunting and grinding and just nasty. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm surprised he didn't release it closer to Halloween, but October 2nd, so you got the whole month to be scared by this thing. Next up, Agriculture, The Spiritual Sound, released on October 3rd. This is a really interesting album. I've been spending some time with it recently. It's their second full length. So they call themselves ecstatic black metal. So black metal that captures a sound of ecstasy, which is sort of like almost anti-black metal in a way, because black metal is supposed to be about ugliness and evil and sadness and, you know, a lot of bad things. But this band is kind of like, it kind of opposes that, and it goes in a different direction. Most of the music sounds like black metal, but there's a lot of different elements, and this album goes in a lot of different directions, and it's really, really good. Next up, my fifth selection, released on the same day as that Agriculture album. This is Suffering Hour with Impelling Rebirth. This is only a 13-minute EP, but I had to include it because it was fucking awesome. And Suffering Hour is one of my favorite bands doing this blackened death sound. They have two previous full lengths. I believe they both were released on Profound Lore. Formed in 2013 out of Minnesota. And yeah, I think it was only 13 minutes, and it's 13 minutes of fucking weird crawling riff after weird crawling riff. The drumming is insane. The vocals are fucking cavernous and crazy. This band's sound is really cool, and God, like it's very unique. Next up, Sanguisugabogg, Hideous Aftermath, released on October 10th. I was awaiting this album for months. This is one of my favorite death metal, new death metal bands that combine this death metal and hardcore sound. So they're really fun to see live, and yeah, ton of energy. I think they released, I want to say 3 singles before they released the whole thing. The first 2 I thought were fucking sick, and then they put out 1 or 2 videos, and yeah, I was really excited for this album, and I don't think it disappointed. A lot of features, a lot of featured vocalists. The guy from Peeling Flesh is on here. Todd Jones from Nails. The vocalist from, I want to say Defeated Sanity is on here. It's a more commercial sound. It's not as grimy and like nasty as their old albums. But I think it's still delivered. Ton of just fucking crushing riffs. The vocals are awesome. This guy Devin Swank, I think he just gets better with each release. Next up, released on October 24th, Zane Trow, or Trow, with Ibis. This sounds way different than everything else I've been talking about. This is really soft, ambient, with a lot of nature sounds and pretty stuff. Nice, calm music to add to the blend of violence and extremity. I've been following this guy for a while. He's one of my favorite ambient producers from England. And yeah, Not a whole lot to say about this. It's not like very complex stuff, and it's not different from any of the other stuff I've heard from this guy. But it's really nice. I was listening to it hiking the other day, and yeah, it complements nature very well, and sounds of running water and birds and whatever else. Next up, Yellow Eyes, Confusion Gate. This is the album that you can hear in the background. It was released on October 31st, along with the next album that I'm going to talk about. This is these guys' 7th full-length, and this is the style of black metal that I gravitate towards nowadays. It's very atmospheric, experimental, and I think it goes in a lot of different directions emotionally. It's still cold and angry like classic black metal, but at the same time there's a lot of just triumph, I guess. Kind of like that agriculture stuff with ecstatic black metal. I don't know, it's a whirlwind of emotions in this album, and yeah, I think it's fucking brilliant. It was only released 5 days ago, and I thought it was good enough to include on this list. And finally, ending on a very grim note, Primitive Man, Observance, released on October 31st. This is their 4th full-length, and it is probably the most miserable of their albums, which is really saying something. I got into these guys hearing their 2nd full-length, I believe it was, Caustic, and then their 3rd, I believe their 3rd was called Immersion, if I'm correct. They have mastered this haunting death doom or blackened doom sound. God, man, this album, I mean, like, every song I feel like is like 10 minutes, and they're slow and brutal and just trance-inducing. I saw these guys open up for Crowbar a couple years ago, which was a cool show, and they played for about like 40 minutes or something, and just, it was so loud, and like I said, it puts you in a trance, and not a happy one. I think this album is brilliant. I don't recommend listening to it all the time, because I genuinely believe that this album will put you in a very negative headspace, and that is the point of it. Yeah, fucking 5 out of 5 stars. Fucking awesome shit from Primitive Man. Alright, and that is the end of the video. Those are the 10 albums that I really dug from the last 2 months. I even cut out a couple of them, or a couple of my selections, just because this video is going to be really long. But yeah, I've been posting spoken word, poetry stuff with my music, and I don't know what I'll be posting in the future, or where I'm going to be in the future. The next one of these videos where I talk about music may be in a different location. Hopefully, I hope to be out of my place by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So change is coming, and yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.